What's up, you guys? It's Rob here. Today we'll be talking about ticker symbol GME. We'll be covering it on the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame in anticipation for tomorrow's trading day, Wednesday, April the 28th. And the first thing that I want to start off by saying is we have three huge things that are going to be going on tomorrow. Biden is going to be giving a speech addressing the whole entire nation. And then on top of that, the Fed's going to be talking about interest rates. And then on top of that, the Fed will be talking to the general public. So Jay Powell is going to come out and speak, the guy that is in charge of the money printer going brrr kind of thing. So hopefully Jay Powell gives us some more money and gives us more reason to go yay, and all the stocks go up versus going down kind of thing. But if you guys can, before we dive into technical analysis, do me a favor, drop a like down on this video. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, ring that bell too. And I just want to take a second. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Like I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. And all I can think of is thank you guys so much. Thank you for the support, and thank you for like adopting me into the ape community, because this community is so strong and is such a powerful movement, and I believe in it so much. And I cannot wait to see not alone this channel, but all the channels that are supporting this AMC GME move just go through the roof, and all of us just get our attendees, hopefully retire early, and just sit back and relax at like a beach with an alcoholic beverage and a big stinking boat parked and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's the life that I want to live. Beach, alcoholic beverage, big boat kind of thing. Perfect life for me, perfect retirement after squeezing the hedgies and making them really feel the pain kind of thing. But let's dive into the technical analysis and cover this. So overall for the day, GameStop did have technically a negative day. However, the reason why we did finish green was because we had a very bullish after hours yesterday, and we did have a very bullish pre-market. Yesterday, GameStop did complete its offering. They announced it. So our total free float overall is now sitting around 74,778,771 shares. I think it's around something like that. So our total free float increased. Now, I also do want to correct myself. Yesterday, when I said that our free float is 69 million shares, I was wrong when I said that. And I can't remember the viewer's name who corrected me on this in the comment section down below, but thank you so much for correcting me. I misspoke when I said that. Our free float is actually the outstanding shares, which is our total free float, 74 million shares minus whatever the insiders/institutions own, which is going to be, give or take, let's say around like 24-ish million shares kind of thing. So we're trading with a current free float of 24 million-ish shares, which is technically a lot less than the total overall free float. So just keep that in mind. If I am wrong about the total, if the free float, drop me a note down in the comment section, because I'm just trying to improve my DD. And thank you guys for being nice and correcting me and helping me learn, because I want to give you guys the most accurate DD that I possibly can. But anyways, hopping back in here, the huge thing that I want to point out is this VWAP, which stands for the volume weighted average price. So GameStop technically traded below the VWAP for pretty much the whole entire day. So if you did buy a share of GameStop today, you likely didn't make money off of it, depending on where you bought it kind of thing. And it's technically a bearish signal on the micro perspective. If you were trading above the VWAP, you would have made money off of buying a share of GameStop today. Additionally, we would be in not bearish territory, bullish territory. So the huge thing that I want to do is I just want to hop out here to the 5-day, because really the 5-day shows the two moves that we really made yesterday. So we had the intraday move that we started essentially from 150 and we closed at 169, which was awesome. Then we had this lovely spike that talked about GameStop completing its offering. I cannot confirm that this was GameStop essentially buying up shares kind of thing. I don't know. Like, well, not buying up shares. They technically would have sold shares, so they would have gotten the money back for the shares. So I don't know if this was them selling shares and people just literally bought it up. I don't know. If someone knows what happened in this little, I don't want to call it a squeeze, but this little run up, drop it down in the comment section below, because I'm genuinely curious. But really, yesterday you can see the huge move that we made. We were trading above the 20-day, 60-day, and 120-day moving averages. These are all past indicators, so keep that in mind. The huge thing is today we are technically trading below the 120-day and 60-day moving averages, which puts us in bearish territory. We do have the RSI sitting here in the after hours at 45.12, which is just a hair below neutral. And then if we do take a look at the MACD down here, we do in the after hours have a bullish indicator. When we did close, we have a bearish indicator. We actually made that move at 3:40 Eastern Standard Time today from a bullish indicator to a bearish indicator. So technically, looking at the micro perspective, we are in bearish territory. But the huge thing that I want to highlight here is the move that we literally made yesterday erased the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish days. Literally the past 11 days, the move that we made yesterday erased all of that. We're trading where we were back at the beginning of this month, which is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. We were all the way down here at 132. And now we're back up here trading within this channel that we were getting so comfortable in. And we were just getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter within this channel. And then we sadly broke down through the channel and then down below 172. Well, hopefully instead of this time breaking down, we break up and we go to the moon and get our attendees kind of thing. So that's really what I'm really happy about is we got back up within this channel, and I am so happy about it. Like, this is where the stock needs to be, and we need to keep moving upwards. If we can keep moving upwards, we're going to be causing more pain to the shorts because they're paying an insane amount to hold these short positions each and every single day. The huge thing, yesterday we were incredibly overextended on the RSI. We were sitting, like, our highest point was sitting here at 83 in the after hours. Today, we reset that indicator down to 52.78, and we still technically had a positive day, which is good. So the fact that we have the RSI sitting here at neutral makes me incredibly happy. We're a hair above it, not terribly much. But the huge thing is we have plenty of room now on the RSI to move to the upside before we be considered overbought. So hopefully we can retest that 180 or 198 range. That's really going to be looking for in the coming days is, are we going to be testing 198? Are we going to be testing 172? We got to test technically 172 as a support because yesterday we really just blew through it. Today we did get down to an intraday low of 173.17, but we never got the chance to test that support. Hopefully we do have the bullish sentiment that we don't have to even think about testing it, and we can just break up through 198 and then receive $200. The thing I do want to highlight on here too is that we do have a bearish indicator from today of the MACD going below the signal, and then we're headed back towards the equilibrium on the 1 month, 1 hour time frame. So technically a little bit of a bearish indicator because we did have a very red day. As you can see here with the 1 hour chart, we only had one green candle the whole entire day. And then we are also trading above the 120-day and 60-day moving averages, but we're trading below the 20-day moving average. Now, these are all past indicators. Keep that in mind. But these are all still moving in the upwards direction. Today's move is definitely going to help flatten out those two indicators versus bringing them more and hooking them upwards into more of a bullish direction. But let's go here and cover the day time frame because I was talking about this wedge that we've kind of been trading in since we had our initial squeeze back here in January and then our low and our high post squeeze kind of thing. And you can see that we're getting really towards this point. We're consolidating down. And the huge thing is when we talk about consolidation, we talk about a volume decrease. So our volume was really, really large, and now it's starting to evaporate essentially. Like today, we only traded 8.8 million shares. That's not a lot of shares. Yesterday, we traded 9.4 million shares. The day before that was only 4 million. So we are definitely seeing volume decrease. So we are still consolidating within this channel. So what I'm looking for in the next couple of days is for us to make a move out of this wedge, either to the upside or to the downside. Now, given today that we have GameStop confirming that they finish their offering, and then on April 30th that they're going to be debt free, that's going to be a huge deal for GameStop. So debt free, public offering, using that money for transitioning the company from a brick and mortar store to an e-commerce giant, going to be a huge deal. They're going to print the money. They don't have any long-term debt. That is awesome, and definitely makes me very bullish about GameStop. The huge thing that I also want to point out here on the day spectrum is we are trading above the 120-day and 60-day moving averages. We are pretty much trading right here. What is this 20-day? So the 20-day is sitting at 167.20. So we are trading above that. That is also very good. But what I'm really looking for in the next couple of days is what are we going to do within this wedge? Are we going to break to the upside or are we going to break to the downside? And given the news catalyst on April 30th that we're going to be debt free and this offering that's been completed, I'm hoping that it's going to be a very bullish indicator. We do have the RSI sitting here at 54, which is good. We're sitting just a hair above neutral. And then if we take a look here at the MACD, we are sitting essentially right below the equilibrium, and we look like we almost want to have a crossover of the MACD and the signal becoming below the MACD, which would be a bullish indicator. So what we need to do is take a look over the next couple of days and see if we make that crossover, because that will be a very bullish sign. We are just sitting below the equilibrium, so if we bring ourselves back above the equilibrium, that will also be another bullish sign. So let's go ahead and cover the short interest on GME. Overall for the day, we saw a decrease of negative 26.26%. Good Lord, I could not get that out of my mouth. Our current short interest of free float is sitting at 26.05%, which is very significant. Our short interest is still 12.22 million shares, and our last reported was 11.11 million shares as of April 15th, which is really huge. That still shows that we are moving in the positive direction with our short interest, and it still makes GameStop absolutely squeezable. The huge thing is we had a borrowed shares here. And I really want to say this is the absolute bare minimum data that's being reported through Ortex, the absolute bare minimum. So there could definitely be more ETF shorts. There could definitely be naked shorting going on, but this is the absolute bare minimum reported by Ortex. 334,900 shares were borrowed for shorting today in GME. 374,300 of them were returned. So there's a negative borrow change of 39,400 shares, which would tell us the reason why we have a negative change we have a decrease in our short interest, but it's a very minute decrease. You saw the other day that we had a negative 3.44%, and then the next day we had a positive change. So there is definitely shorting still going on. Our utilization actually has upticked to 58.12%. We were sitting around 57.40% yesterday. So this did increase. Our cost to borrow is still increasing. Our days to cover still increasing. Our shares on loan still increasing. So, well, no, our shares on loan actually dropped from 7 days ago. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm used to saying that on a repeat of just increasing because I'm always assuming it's increasing, but it actually dropped. So we do see a drop in our shares on loan. So that means there are more shorts that are being used, not being held. So that's the huge thing to keep in mind is we have shorts that are actually being used on the stock and have been used, and they're waiting to be covered. So we have those, and then we have people who are holding the shorts, paying that interest or cost to borrow fee annually, and then just holding them to wait to use them on the stock kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. But really overall for the day for GameStop, the chart does look not so good on the day time frame. But the huge thing is we need to keep our mind patient and keep ourselves patient, because we can absolutely move when this stock needs to move. And we're getting to this wedge, and we just have to be patient for the next couple of days. We have positive news catalysts coming down the pipeline. We will hopefully make a bullish move on the other side of this. But the huge thing, just to wrap today's video up, that I'm looking for is for us to make a positive move tomorrow, or bullish move, either up to 198 and test 198 and then claim it as support. If we do have a bearish day, keep in mind we do have those 3 news catalysts. I'm going to be looking at 172. What are we going to do with 172? Are we going to break through 172? Or are we going to bounce off of it, claim it as support, and test it as support and validate it that it is a good support for the stock? But really, that's what I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.